All right. Let's get into it, man. JG, I don't know if you've seen what's going out there in California. I don't know if you've seen what's going on. The Sacramento Kings are. I look at the standings today. They're in the top half of the standings, JG. So I want to ask you the question: can the Kings actually make the playoffs this year?
I think it's too early to tell. I think it's too early to tell. It's been less than 20 games into the season. As James mentioned before on this podcast, I'm a Nets fan. The year before we finally made the playoffs, we started off similar to the Kings. I think, as a matter of fact, the Eastern standings to like 20 games was like us, the Magic, were in like the top 3 with Cleveland. And then injuries happen, and then we fell off a cliff. We have to wait and see how they're looking maybe at the All-Star break and closer down the stretch before we can really say that this is a playoff team or not.
We got to do it as if no injuries are going to happen. Just evaluate and tell it that's on the floor. Now, it's been since 2006, JG. They got the longest drought in sports now after the Seattle Mariners ended their drought this year in baseball. So now the Kings are at that point. The offseason moves that they made to upgrade this roster, it seems to have, worked surmountable for them. Not only did they get a lot of good players, but their head coach changed. Mike Brown came up from the Golden State Warriors, and he has the Kings playing a Warrior-esque offense, as I should say. They're number one in offense right now. You go back and look at their video. There's a bunch of ball movement. There's a bunch of guys cutting. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis have worked amazing together. I know the Kings got a lot of slack for what they did when they traded Halliburton, but this Fox and Sabonis deal going together, these two guys are just a match made in heaven so far. Sabonis is one of the best, passers out of the low post, and obviously De'Aaron Fox is one of the fastest players in the NBA. So just those two together has been amazing so far. What do you think? What's been the biggest upside for this team? Not only Mike Brown coming, but that duo. What are you thinking, JG, on that? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's necessarily Mike Brown because they were running the similar system under Luke Walton. I just think now, because the emphasis was so much on get buddy shots, and I think now they have a more well-rounded team because you actually have a post presence that's there consistently, unlike Marvin Bagley III. They have more. I'm going to say more shooting, but I think they have more scoring ability now with Kevin Huerter, with Malik Monk, with Harrison Barnes, with Mitchell and Keegan Murray. I just think it's more of a well-rounded team than they've had in the past, and they're playing really good team basketball. I think is probably the biggest thing that's working for them at the present moment.
So you're not even going to give Mike Brown credit at all for this? You don't
I
believe
give
Mike Brown at all?
Because they're playing hard for the man. I just think that This is probably their most well-rounded roster, though, that they've had in quite some time. Because historically, it's been one player, right? It's been Tyreek Evans, or it's been DeMarcus Cousins, or it's been Buddy, and the core around him haven't really been the best. I think this is a well-rounded core. Like I mentioned before, they have a great duo now. And Fox and Sabonis, you have a consistent inside game. You got a nice veteran championship presence there with Harrison Barnes, right? You've got Malik Monk. You've got Kevin Huerter. You've got more scoring. You've got more shooting. So I just think that this is probably the best well-rounded Kings team that they've had in quite some time, which I think is definitely helping. Now, sure, Mike Brown has those guys playing hard. I think it's just a combination of both.
I believe in Mike Brown because a lot of this is coaching. I feel like over the past, 20 years or so, Mike Brown I think has been a very big difference maker. Now, you talked about some of the guys that got in, and I mean, how good has Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter been for them so far? Kevin Huerter came over from the Hawks, and Malik Monk played for the Lakers last year, didn't he? He was out there for them. So having those two shooters on this team, Kevin Huerter is up to, I looked at the stats and I was blown away by it, 49.6% from three right now. I mean, are you kidding me? That's got to be the best in the NBA. I mean, what's going on here? Well, and Malik Monk is 36.2%. So, I mean, what's been the formula for them so far?
Well, okay, but like we acting like these guys just come out of nowhere averaging 2 points a game. Prior to this, like Kevin Huerter was overshadowed with the Hawks because they had Trae Young, there was John Collins. I think the man was just overshadowed, so I'm not surprised.
His nickname was Red Velvet, was it not, JG?
I believe it was, but I I just still think though now that he's in a more prominent role. Okay, I think we're really starting to see the full potential of Kevin Porter. Malik Monk, if you know how many Lakers fans I know were personally upset when he left, like you, like people were genuinely upset that they let Malik Monk walk. So I can't say I'm surprised necessarily that these guys are having solid seasons. It's just more so, like I said, for Kevin Porter. I think he's finally having a fresh start and a better opportunity than he had in Atlanta. Maybe when, I mean, they had him in a good role. I just don't know if he was putting too much pressure on himself in that role, if that's making sense. You know what I mean? I just think sometimes a fresh start can do wonders for a guy. I think that's what's happening right now with Kevin Porter.
49.63% from three is incredible. I don't think I've ever seen one that high this, late into the season. I mean, that's amazing, JG. And you you talking about Malik Monk and those guys. Obviously, them playing alongside another great star in De'Aaron Fox has made things easier. But these guys have played with great players, like you said, Trae Young, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. However you want to look at it, JG, don't start now. Russell Westbrook, he was good. Come on now, playing with those guys. I mean, you got to think. So this De'Aaron Fox pairing with them has just been incredible. And De'Aaron Fox hasn't dropped off much offensively. He's actually gotten better this year with all the new weapons. Can De'Aaron Fox actually be an all-star this year? What do you think about that, JG? He's top 6 in the West in scoring out of the guards, I should say. He's top 6 right now. Luka, Curry, SGA, John Morant, and Devin Booker are ahead of him right now. Can you see him sneaking into that all-star game? I know you don't get a lot of votes out there in Sacramento, I don't think, but DeMarcus Cousins did it. So, it's possible. What are you thinking right now?
Isn't this now decided by the fan votes though now? In how they?
Well, the fans used to have most of the say on the starters, but it's 50% fans, 25% players and coaches, and 25% media.
You would like to think if he keeps this up and the Kings still have success, but then you look at Mike Conley during his prime with Memphis, and the fact that he kept on getting snubbed and not kept
That's true.
pointed out.
That's true.
I just don't know. That's the thing. I just don't know because right now you would say, yeah, he has to be an all-star, whether or not it's as a reserve or what. But I just don't know because if Mike Conley could never get it in his prime.
Don't get us wrong. De'Aaron Fox has the talent to be an all-star.
Oh, but no, it's right. I just don't know if he'll get the love.
You got to get the attention. Yeah, he's got to get the attention from around the league, from everybody around there. So that's pretty much the crux of everything right now. JG, who are your guys that you're getting in if you had to vote right now? Who do you have?
Trying to put it on the spot.
Like I said, you got Luka, you got Curry, you got SGA, you got Morant, you got Booker. Does he jump any of those guys for you right now? Luka, Curry, SGA, Morant, and Booker.
I don't know. What's Devin Booker doing this season? Because
Phoenix is top the West right now. So Phoenix is
okay. Well. It's gonna be tough.
I can see him
tough because
I can see him getting over SGA, and I know he's playing out of his mind right now, especially us watching him in Oklahoma City. But the success that OKC is going to have this year, I'm not sure they're going to be able to sustain it for the long run. Like I said, they're going to get 30 games this year, but I think as of right now, the Kings are going to get more than him. And you got to like the beam out there. I know. Have you paid attention to what the beam is going on with Sacramento? They're lighting the beam after every win out there, JG. That's
here's the thing. I just think Shea. Here's the thing. I think Shea might get just more overall love. I just think because he's more established. You know what I mean? It's like people knew De'Aaron Fox was good, but it was like De'Aaron Fox is hurt. De'Aaron Fox is playing in a small market. He's playing on the Kings. I just think Shea. I think he's more established, and that might end up being a deciding factor whether or not that should be the case. Because, like you said, I think both have a legitimate point right now because obviously Shea's playing the best basketball we've seen him play, and then De'Aaron Fox, what he's doing, leading this Kings turnaround at the moment. I think it's very tough. It's just unfortunate the West is loaded with that many guards.
And that's the issue. That's the issue. I'm only saying SGA because I feel like the other guys are going to be locks no matter what because they've just been there before, and everybody's going to vote for them. So I mean, SGA is the only one I can see that he jumps as of right now. De'Aaron Fox, but hey, like the beam, JG. Like the beam. I like to see it, man. I like to see it. Thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I have a podcast called Rip Jersey. Follow that, add it to your playlist. Listen to it wherever you can. Thanks for watching again. Peace.